Well, hey there, Joe's Crusty Old Crow back again, doing the third video of the night, the last video of the night, and this one isn't a tactical perspective toy review. This one is about my very first video, and the first thing that I put up on YouTube. It was FOB Hornzee, the Afghan-inspired diorama piece background I had for my Joes. It was something that I built to just kind of have a place to put my Joes as I collected them. And then you guys know after that I built my little Cobra Island one because, you know, I had one for the Joes, I had to have one for the Cobras. And then I kept collecting and I kept collecting and I kept collecting, and before you know it, even that wasn't enough space. So during that little hiatus where I wasn't making as many videos, I just got into making little modular pieces of crap to stick on a shelf and call it a backdrop. So today I'm going to walk you through the backdrop I'm working with now that seems to be able to accommodate my current number of Joes, which I think is in the mid-30s, regular Joe figures. And I think I've built myself enough here that it'll hold up for at least another round of 10 or more Joes, hopefully, and then I'll have to look at what else to build. It's fun, guys. I had a lot of fun building this stuff just because I did a lot of game table terrain over the last 20 years, and I just have a lot of fun with that with my ADHD. So enough of looking at me. You guys see me enough in the other videos. Let's go look at my crap that I'm throwing in front of you and saying I'm proud of it, I guess. So if you guys remember, originally with the FOB, we had an orders area and it became a feature area. Well, I've improved that orders area. We got rid of the little table and the chair and the tree stumps, and we gave our Joes a proper place to go and get orders. So you can see, I even said, hey, G.I. Joe, there you go. So we made some little brown or black and red leather row seating, and you can see these guys show up. They got their little tablet screen or piece of paper or whatever, and then they got their maps all ready. And if you go over, the trophy wall really never changed, but now we've got Flint a podium. Made him a quick little podium that took about, what, 3 minutes to throw together. And threw together a set of orders for him to give to his troops, a bunch of situation friendly, any general, what have you. And then a smaller version of the map that he is briefing to with his nice little pointer that we made him. And he is briefing the Joes on this mission, whatever this mission is, a sandwich shop mission, who knows. And yeah, down at the bottom you can say knowing is half the battle, you know. But this is one of the little things that we have a saying in the Army, guys: if you're not 5 minutes early, you're 10 minutes late, you know, thereabouts. And it's all based off of this thing right here, and this is called a trace, guys. And so when the Army guys go to plan an op, we don't write on our map everything. We put a talk over it and we do a per trace, and that's going to have all the details we need for our mission on that. And that's how we brief, and that's how we give our orders, and we all show up early so we can get our own copy of that trace, which is why everybody has maps with them right now. And then over on the side, you can see that this mission will probably involve just a couple of things that I've already seen from Hasbro that I plan on one day getting, which is a HISS tank and an SMS towed behind it. Those are clearly the enemy threats that Flint is briefing to in this this map brief that he's got. So as we go down, not much change to the locker room, and the trash still on top, still trash, but now I've thrown a Union Jack on it. So it looks like royal trash, the finest of trash. Whatever, I had a Union Jack and I wanted to throw it somewhere, sue me. My Cobra Viper Rider / Joe Spy Skater Luge, just somewhere to stick them because I didn't have anywhere to really put them at the time. And I'm still on the lookout for an alternate head, which is kind of why I picked up the Akiko figure, and then I found out that the head ball joint is different between the Marvel Legend figure and the G.I. Joe Classified, so that's why that hasn't been going on. Like I said, in the orders area, I got rid of the tree stump chairs because I did something different with tree stumps in this one. I decided that Sergeant Slaughter needed to kick that workshop out of here. Cover Girl's got her own workshop elsewhere in this diorama. We needed a gym, somewhere for the Joes to work out. Now, I wasn't going to go out and buy a whole bunch of mini gin equipment, and I have 3D printers I have yet to run up. They're still in the box. I like making things with hands, so I made a little punching bag, legit with chain and everything like that, and made it free floating so that, you know, old, there, you get that little effect. Hey, easy, steady. He's doing his rehab. You know, it's been rough as Slaughter's gotten older. He needs to stay sharp with the younger Joes. So brushing up those old boxing skills with Bazooka, holding the bag, that made sense to me. And then the lumberjack man workout kit, that was about it. And then he's got his little figure on the wall. You know, it's a reminder for him to aspire to what he once was, and maybe it's something he weeps in front of openly as he ages. I don't know how Slaughter's doing. And there's a place to put his hat. I used to have the weapons up on there, but I came up with a better thing for the weapons. So one more look. That's what became of the upper level of the FOB. And the changes since then. And guys, nothing's changed with Cobra Island. It's still there. You can see I've stashed away figures throughout. And I'm still looking for new places to, well, new Cobra figures to stash in there some more. But Cobra Island. So we'll just go down to the second level. Joes work hard, they play hard. So when you have a Joe that works hard, plays hard. Sorry, we're just going to give them a bit of light. I decided they needed a break room lounge area, per se. So we've got a Kiko in the little kitchenette, making her cup of tea, little breakfast table there, and then I just did up a little counter set for shits and giggles, guys. Like I said, you know what? This light isn't working. We're going to go with a different light. We're going to go with the lighting that I put into this thing. Everything I do here, guys, is all dollar store crap. It's not anything high-end usually, or it's knickknacks I've had laying around over the years. So the lighting is no, it's no exception to this. This is dollar store lighting at its mediocrest. Okay, so I'm not out to win any prizes or anything like that. Let's see if I can get that to stay. There, white light's good enough for that. So Kiko's in the little kitchen, and all this is modular. I can take it out so I can reuse these shelves later. A lot of laminates at play, and then just little things I had. Yeah, I made a couch. Why not? The couch was easy to make. Just a couple pieces of polystyrene and some velvet, and cut up a Mexican bag, like little baggies I found at the dollar store, and then made a bench. So you got that, and then of course I had to have my Marner jersey on the wall, guys. You know, who have been watching the videos have picked up, I am a diehard Leafs fan, always have been, always will be. So there's my Marner jersey. And then I am also a tragically hip fan and a proud Kingstonian native. So there's my Gord Downey. I'm also a big fan of keeping inaccurate time. So behind Gung Ho, we can see that I have put a clock on the wall. The lighting is not that great. We'll look back. So you can see I made some weapons racks. And then what I wanted with this, guys, was just, I wanted a spot to have backpacks. And so I just, again, little dollar store pieces of wood, nubs from their craft aisle, and a bit of paint. And I've some stir sticks and what have you. And we make a kit bomb weapons back. Just like a real break room. Like, guys, we don't all just carry our weapons around. When we're in a safe zone or a weapons-free zone, we put our weapons on a rack. We keep it all safe. We unload. We do all that. I was going to put a clearance bay in here, but I just didn't bother. Probably one of my funner details was the helmet rack. Let's see if we can get that without too much blur. But, yeah, I had some old Halloween skulls lying around, and the helmets just happened to fit them. So I was like, yeah, what a fun way to put there. And then I've had this little scorpion thing sitting there, back there, this thing. That's a scorpion encased in resin that I got on my first tour in Afghanistan. And I just found it lying around. And I was like, man, it's been in a junk drawer forever. Give it a home. So there it is. It's home. Another chair I made where Gung Ho was planning on sit. Dropped his hat in front of it, whatever. Little bonsai tree, which actually has no place there. I just had this big empty spot that I haven't built anything for. So this is more just of a placeholder than anything. So there's your lounge level and kit corner. Let's get the tree out there. Do one more pan of that. And so the kit corner. And the lounging area where roadblock seems so comfy. And then a little kitchenette. Yep, we're going. So, I said we work hard, we train hard, we play hard, we rest hard. So let's get to the train hard part. Training hard will sometimes mean something like an indoor training facility, as I picture here. I picture this all being some big complex, and so one of the areas I used to work with back when I was training troops, an area that we would sometimes go into to teach urban ops and how to do house clearances and things like that, it would be a kill house. But using a term kill house is so aggressive, so we have made it, what did I say that says? Gung Ho's Madhouse. You know what? Let's get rid of that light and let's put this light back on so we can see what we're dealing with here. And turning that back on. So we've got essentially, it's an urban ops training facility. So I've made a little whatever, street town, so Gumbo's restaurant, a little place for them to assault. And then, you know, earlier in my barbecue video, you saw him fighting that fire. Well, it hasn't gotten any better, but he is spraying the nozzle. Thank you, Special Viper Effects, for having something fun to do, and also for the, using the, whatchamacallem there, scrap iron effects. And you can see that he's got support from out back looking in, and I like throwing little dollar store lights on stuff. It's just for shits and giggles. And just for the record, this one I did use a piece of modeling brick board that I had for the last 3 years and never wound up using. So I used it on that. And there is another side of that little house that has like some woodwork, but it's not done. So that was the thing. I wanted to make it a versatile piece that had two ways of doing it. So there you go. You got your kill house. And then inside, who's that stalker shooting at? Well, I mean, it's got to be a stormtrooper, figure 11 target. I didn't have any figure 11 targets, but I did have that stormtrooper, and that's good enough. So yeah, you take out the stormtrooper, save the hostages. Oh my God, yeah, there you go. It's just like a kill house. It's all paper threats, paper product, paper targets, paper hostages, paper everything, right? But we got that, and then like I said, little plants there, and then it's Gumbo's restaurant, but it is Gung Ho's Madhouse. All right, so we got the kill house now done. Ooh, I said I wasn't going to call it kill house. The happy, fun, lessons learned, how to make people go to sleep house. There you go. And then we go down, and I needed a place to represent either a medical or a prison, so I did that. And I made these little bays there where right now I think I see it as a prison roll, but if we go down, we get rid of this light. We'll just move this light right out of the way. You can see Timber's eagerly waiting to do an interview here with somebody. And so we'll get this other light hooked in. And there we go. Oh, that's that one. Sorry, guys. Why isn't this one going? Or does it have to be that one? I'm so lost in my cables right now. Let's go that one. There we go. So another one of those cheap dollar store light up ones, and I'm just going to turn it to yellow light. Because yellow light seems all right, but we'll change it to white. Okay. So built a little prison cellish thing, but I mean, I could probably do them up as medical cells too if I wanted to, once there's a dock and a lifeline to put on display. And this is where we stuck Duke and Snake Eyes and Timber with the interrogation chair and the negotiator bat that came with the AEW set. And you can see Duke's talking through that cramped little tour to Tomax or Zaymont there to say, hey, maybe you want to come and answer some questions, right? And the other brother is far more relaxed. And so I can pull these out too. So we'll get a look at what a standard little cell. You can see I gave them bed sheet and a pillow. And that's about all they get. Right, and that's it. That's all there is to those little cells, and then some backlighting, and that's about it. And it just repeats itself into the cell here. So nothing too fancy there, because they don't deserve anything fancy. They're prisoners, bad prisoners. There you go. And again, that kept me busy for an afternoon doing that. All right, so now I gotta switch lights again while I do. Let's get this light back so that, because this bottom one, I don't have any actual big lighting done for, so I'm just going to turn this one on and lay it on its side. And we'll talk about where CoverGirl's workshop went. So there's the prison one more time, prison / medical facility. interrogation area, what have you. Of course, all the weapons for the people in these cells will, of course, end up right here between the two cells, because in every movie, every action, everywhere, when you escape, you should be immediately able to find your weapons. It's like an unwritten rule of courtesy. Like, hey, I put all my effort into escaping. You let me have my weapons now. Okay, so CoverGirl's workshop, I moved it down here, and you can see if I go over here, I built just kind of an area for the bike. With I have a door back there, but I didn't put a door in front of it. It's going to be a doorway denoting depth behind this workshop. And these are just little tile. I liked having the idea of steel tile on there. And you can see that there is a bobcat parked in there because, well, you know, even Joes have to deal with things like snow removal at time to time and moving, debris. But at the time, it's just being used as storage for some of the heavier shop items that CoverGirl doesn't want to deal with. And also dealing with it is the machinist, of course, Shipwreck, who's up on the little lift looking at all the ram parts and the Tiger Force ram and realizing how cramped that workshop really is getting as he looks down over and sees that the Cobra coils are back and some leftover other stuff, but there's CoverGirl's workbench there with some tooling, and you can see that we got tooling out. And then that old CP board's been moved downstairs to be repurposed later. Air compressor, some more tooling, some ropes and wires. And then we have, guys, this one's a tribute to my wife. I had to do this. I mean, like, the guys have their lounge, you know, where they watch the hockey game and they do drink beer and they do all their loud stuff, and they have their gym. And everybody uses the gym and all that other stuff. But sometimes you need a quiet space. So I figured of all the people, it's probably CoverGirl that gets the quiet space. So I gave CoverGirl a quiet space where she can read up on the latest schematics and blueprints. I gave her own laptop, which I finally highlighted a little bit of the keys to make it look different or stand out a bit. But yeah, this is where she'll come and do the research, and then you got that tribute to her vehicle out there, Wolverine, of course, one of my favorite superheroes out of Marvel there, my Canadian brethren, and an Albertan at her. Love that. All right, and then another little dollar store lamp for her next to her radiator, which is really just hiding the battery box, and then some artsy walls. And of course, what really is stashed away behind here is the secret escape exit, which would pop up if I wanted it to, which I do. And you can see that pops up and whatnot. And that's if I ever had another level below it, that would be clearly how they would go with it. You know, but I haven't built anything below there because below there's cement. So that is it for there, you guys. We'll just go through her little reading area and her cool chair. I thought that was a fun chair to make. It was just something to do for about an hour while I watched a movie. And then, yeah, of course, I'll get rid of these coils, but I just don't have a good spot for them until I do a second layer to the Cobra Island. So for now, they stay there. And then the little bike hoist, which I pictured there'd be like a storage area for the bikes back over there that he'd roll it off and then put the hoist back down. But right now, they've got a very cramped workshop that we're working with. So workshop, one last pass. And the prison, one last pass. And then the kill house, or the urban ops training facility, Gung Ho's madhouse, written last pass right there. And then the lounge and kitchenette area, one last pass. There we go. And then our familiar FOB as it was once before, now slightly different, and I would call it improved, I guess, but definitely kept me busy. And anything that keeps me busy is good, guys. You know that. I'm a bit of a wild guy, guys. I like to bounce all over the place and just really embrace my ADHD. So this was one way that I did it, and I make no apologies for it. It was fun. And it is a place to go, because while I am 50 years old, guys, I am just a kid at heart who's been reunited with his favorite toy when he was a kid. So there you go, guys. That is my G.I. Joe classified display, and it doesn't even fit in the camera this way. But there you go, guys. So that's my third video of the day, my third video of the night, pardon me, and that is it for me. I have been the crusty old crow, Ryan, and you can count this. Don't forget to count it against my Tactical Perspective series. And if you like this video, hit like. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. That's it for terrain right now. So I guess I got to get to start on it. I got a couple of vehicles down there I will eventually get down to, but I think I've got a couple other terrain ideas I want to do. I want to do a winter one, and I want to do more for the Cobra Island, for the new Cobra stuff that I get. So I guess I'll come back and update you then. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and you guys have yourselves a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.